Bianca, and I have just finished my 366 days of painting, writing and composing. And now for the umpteenth time, I find myself at the crossroad of new beginnings, as this year has changed my life. But let me literally paint you my life up until now, so that you can understand why the decision to go on with my painting in the way that I decided to do.
I am a 40-year-old trained musician that has spent her last 20 years mainly playing and teaching music. I say mainly because at one point in my life I started from zero in a new country where I thought it was impossible for me finding a job in my specialty trade. But being a musician was not my choice. When I was born, my family members were either musicians, played at least one instrument, or were involved with musical activities of some sort. So, naturally, I went to a music specialized school starting first grade as they had planned for me. When I was in 5th grade, I attended a painting course where I felt that it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I loved every minute of it and I told everyone about it. But who would listen to a 5th grader? What does she know? After trying to explain how I felt while crying like a little baby, I still had no choice but to go on with my music studies while being given the favor of choosing another musical instrument, as until that moment I played the piano. And I did. I chose percussion instruments. From there on I continued my music studies, and then I followed the next logical step, teaching and playing percussion instruments as soon as I finished. In 2010, as I already anticipated, I changed countries, moving to Italy, and here are my first 2 lessons for this point in my journey. You are the sum of the people you surround yourself with. Be careful what you believe your reality to be. Everyone around me told me that this new country is full of ill-intentioned people, that continuing my career here was nearly impossible, that they all hate us and do everything in their power to underpay, trick, outthink us, that decently paid jobs are not for us, Romanians, immigrants, and that they keep these jobs for themselves.
And even though in my heart of hearts I couldn't believe this to be true, because it makes no sense labeling millions of people like this, I believe them. Why?
I did not yet have the full growth mindset, and it was easier to be a victim than someone who tries and fails. So for a long time I accepted a modestly paid babysitting full-time job taking care of 2 absolutely amazing babies. And after 6 years, in which of course I continued to read a lot about growth mindset, neuroplasticity, the intelligence of our cells, and the infinite energy that we can tap into, I realized all this time I could have done something by myself, even without the help or support of those around me. So I started by renting a practice studio where I practiced every day from 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. when I had to go to work. And of course, this meant I had to wake up at 5 every day. On weekends or at night, I had band practice from 10 p.m. until it ended. I was playing for free with any band that will have me as a drummer or percussionist, and in the meantime, looking for musician or teaching contracts.
But still, I had the security of my daytime job. Until one day,
when someone told me, "You are not a babysitter, you are a musician, and I cannot encourage someone that lives under her capabilities and does not see her true value."
this should have been something I told myself, with all the bettering and reading I did all this time. But now I understand it had to go this way.
But now, let me ask you, are you living at the best of your talent, capability and value? If your answer is no, then do something about it. I didn't feel like it, so I had to do something about it. It was very hard leaving a secure job and 2 adorable children I grew so fond of for a dream that did not give me any promise for tomorrow, but I did it. Now, after 5 years, I still have 2 contracts with great schools, and I'm very happy with the way my music career turned out. But it only happened when I moved toward my goal. As Marissa Peer says, if you move towards things, they will move towards you.
And now that I had proof that everything I read in those books was true, and that if I set my mind to it, I can change anything I want in my life, it was time to pursue my old beloved dream.
Well, remember when I said that at 10 I wanted to become a painter? Well, that thought tormented me for all these 30 years, and now that I had the proof that I can create my own reality, I wanted to live this dream of mine. But how? I knew I had to practice hard and sacrifice my time. From my experience with learning music, I knew that I had to do it every day, and I knew that I needed someone or something that will keep me accountable. So, the solution was to start a 366 days creative challenge in which I challenged myself to write, compose and paint every day for 1 year. I will not share the story of my challenge as I have 331 videos to show for it, and you are welcome to look at each and every one of them.
And now that the challenge is done, I think it's time for me to put my past to rest and open a new chapter of my life. And I invite you to come with me. I decided to invest all my time, energy and skills into making musicians smile. So my project is gonna be called Musician's Short Friend. Don't hesitate to go and check out my Instagram, my Facebook page, and of course if you want to help with this project, you can on Patreon. You can find my page dedicated to it. Thank you very much for all your support that I have seen during this year. It was amazing. I learned to paint. I still have a long way, but I know now what I am going to do with the skills that I acquired.
I'm sure musicians will appreciate the logo. As for the videos and my channel, I thought about those of you that want to prepare presents for musicians or just enjoy watching me create them. This is the content that I will prepare from now on. And from one idea came another one. As a musician, I always try to surround myself with music-related objects, so why not make them myself? I will create art for every music instrument out there and will not stop here. I also have musicians' meditations in mind, so stay tuned if you're interested. For my shop, please follow the link in the description below. And as always,
thank you very much. Love you. Kisses. Bye bye. You.